Good afternoon. I'm 14 First Alert meteorologist Arden Gregory. This is a live look at the Owensboro riverfront. It is a beautiful day across the tri-state. Clear blue skies overhead. It's been a little breezy today, but that wind is coming from the southwest, so it's actually helping to pull warmer air into the tri-state. Today and tomorrow, we're much closer to the records than we are to the average highs for this time of year, but that's going to come to an end soon. Starting on Sunday, continuing then throughout next week, we see a return to more typical November temperatures, but it's also going to be very unsettled. We have back-to-back weather systems moving through that will bring us multiple rain chances as we get into next week. Right now, though, mostly clear skies overhead. I just showed you those clear blue skies over Owensboro. Lots of sunshine across the entire region, and that sunshine is just part of what has really helped warm us up today. Look at these temperatures. Can you believe it's mid-November? It's 75 right now across most of the tri-state. The record high for today is 77. This is very rare for it to be this warm this time of year. Part of that is due to the sunshine out there right now, but a lot of it is driven by the wind. We have wind coming in from the southwest around 10 to 15 miles an hour, and that is pulling this warm southerly air up into the tri-state, and that's what's really driving those temperatures. So even once the sun goes down, we're still going to have a southwesterly wind through the rest of the night. So even after the sun sets, our temperatures will still stay very mild. So if you're headed out to a Friday night football game, great news. We're going to have clear skies overhead and very mild temperatures slowly falling back through the 60s this evening if you're headed out to one of those games. By the end of the night tonight, we'll only bottom out in the upper 50s. So again, very mild for this time of year. While it will be mostly clear through this evening, we do have clouds building in late tonight into early Saturday. Saturday will be partly to maybe even mostly cloudy at times, but it's still going to be breezy with that wind coming from the southwest, 10 to 20 miles an hour consistently, gusting closer to 25 miles an hour. And again, that's pulling that warm air into the tri-state. That's going to push those temperatures into the mid 70s again tomorrow. But then we cool things back down. Upper 50s and low 60s in the forecast throughout next week, much closer to where we really should be for this time of year. But you'll also notice lots of clouds and several chances of rain as we go through next week as well. And those rain chances really ramp up, especially as we get to the end of the week, as we're tracking a system that could potentially even bring us some heavy rain as we get into Thursday and Friday of next week. So let's walk through what we're talking about here. We had this warm front swing through the tri-state this morning. You may have noticed if you were out earlier today, it was kind of mostly cloudy. We even had a few sprinkles. That was as that warm front moved through. And now that that's pushed off to the northeast, we've got this surge of warm air from the south. That's with us today, tonight, and tomorrow, which is why our temperatures are so warm. Saturday, though, a cold front comes in. That's going to swing through the tri-state Saturday night. That brings us a very isolated chance of rain. Most of us are going to stay dry, but there is this chance we could maybe catch a few spotty showers Saturday evening into the first part of Saturday night, just as that cold front swings through. But it'll be a few spotty showers at best. The main impact from this cold front won't be rain. It'll be this change in our wind direction behind that cold front. Cooler air rushes in from the north, and that's where we see that drop back into the upper 50s with more typical November temperatures then moving forward. Now Sunday looks dry, and most of Monday our rain chances start to pick back up Monday night as this next low pressure weather system comes in from the west. So as that low kind of tracks right over top of the tri-state, it'll bring us some scattered rain Monday night into Tuesday. I think the chance of severe weather will probably stay down to our southwest, but it is something we will monitor very closely as that low gets closer. That is just one of several chances of rain, though. So this low pressure system brings us rain Monday night into Tuesday. Then as that one moves out, though, the next one moves in. So we may get a break from the rain for a good portion of the day on Wednesday of next week, but then our rain chances start to pick back up again Wednesday night into Thursday as this next low pressure system comes in along with this warm front. And then as that low kind of tracks over our region on Friday, that's where we could potentially see some heavy rain, some gusty winds, maybe even a few thunderstorms. I wouldn't rule out stronger storms, but right now, I really think if we see any kind of major impact from this, it would be heavy rain, possibly some flooding. And then as this weather system swings through, we'll see strong southerly winds out ahead of it and then strong northerly winds behind it. So it may be a little on the breezy side toward the end of next week. And actually, if you look at the extended outlook from November 22nd up into that next weekend, so kind of from Friday when that low pressure system is moving through up into next weekend, we are outlooked for just a low level risk of heavy rain, and then behind that there we're also sort of overlaid there with a low level risk of wind. So there is that possibility that end of next week, Thursday, Friday into the weekend, as this big low pressure weather system wraps around and swings through the tri-state, we could potentially see some gusty winds and some heavy rainfall from that system. Right now, I'm not real concerned about severe weather, but this is something that's a full week away, so some of the details could obviously still change. All right, let's check in on the comments. Zach asking if we're looking at an outbreak of severe weather next week. I think an outbreak is a very strong word to use, Zach, and I would not describe it that way. Let me make that clear. An outbreak is something that we don't see very often, and I'm certainly not seeing any signals of a severe weather outbreak at this time. Could we see an isolated severe storm? A full week out, I wouldn't rule something like that out. But as of right now, I'm not real concerned about severe weather over the next 7 days. We could get a few rumbles of thunder Monday night into Tuesday as that low pressure system moves through, but I really think the chance of thunderstorms and especially the chance of severe weather will really stay to our south-southwest. With that next weather system then toward the end of next week, that's going to be a larger low. I think it'll be a stronger low, and that's where I'm more concerned about heavy rain and maybe some gusty winds. But again, I'm not seeing a real strong indicator of severe thunderstorms, and I'm certainly not seeing anything that to me would indicate a severe weather outbreak. But as we all know, full week out, lots of details here that could still change. The exact timing and the exact threats could change, but from what I'm seeing right now, my short answer to your question would be no. And yes, Jeanette, it is gorgeous out there today. Like I said, not what you would expect for mid-November. Our temperatures are only a couple degrees short of the record high out there right now. Tomorrow will be just as warm, maybe even a couple degrees warmer. So if you're loving today, get out and enjoy tomorrow too. We are going to kind of get a reality check though on Sunday. All right. I'm not seeing any other questions, so I'll go ahead and wrap up your forecast, but don't go anywhere. Jamie French and Robinson Miles will be right back with your latest news headlines.
Stay informed on your local news and weather throughout the day by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows. At 8:30 a.m., get your First Alert forecast to plan the day ahead and catch up on the news that happened overnight with the 14 News Sunrise team. In the afternoon, get the latest headlines, forecasts, and a preview of the stories we're working on with the 14 First Alert streaming show at 2:30. And get an in-depth look at the 14 First Alert forecast so you're ready for the next big thing with the 14 First Alert weather show at 9 p.m. Watch the 14 First Alert streaming show that fits your schedule and works best for you. Streaming on your phone by downloading the 14 News app and the 14 First Alert weather app. On your smart TV by using the 14 News streaming app. And stream anytime on Facebook, YouTube, or on 14news.com. Stay connected and stay informed by watching the 14 First Alert streaming shows on your favorite streaming devices. Live from 14 News, this is a 14 Digital News Desk update.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 2:30 streaming show. I'm Jamie French.
And I'm Robinson Miles. First of all, congrats for making it to Friday.
Oh,
but we do have some serious news to talk about, so we'll just jump straight into that. We actually are starting with a safety alert, this one coming out of Hopkins County, where their health department says there have been a growing number of whooping cough cases in the area. Now, officials say in the past 2 months, 8 children have tested positive for it. They say 7 of the children were not vaccinated. Department leaders say whooping cough is spread from person to person from the start of symptoms to more than 2 weeks after that. Meanwhile, over in Lexington, doctors say nearly a dozen school children have tested positive.
Now, one doctor says that whooping cough can spread easier during the colder months. Doctors say they know there are some fears among parents regarding vaccinations. However, they say the best way to prevent the disease is by getting vaccinated. Of course, it sounds cliche, but this is the time of year I feel like everyone in my life is sick right now. We got to wash our hands. We got to take care of each other.
Yeah, this is the moment. And the year goes by so fast. And so I know it always sounds like we're talking about this, but really you got to take these things seriously and hopefully make things just a little bit safer for everybody out there.
Yes.
Well, looking forward, this is something we're watching for tomorrow. It is the ice hockey benefit game to help Evansville police officer Sam Taylor. Now, Officer Taylor was shot in the line of duty back in September, and he's now in a rehab facility in Atlanta. Tomorrow's game is meant to raise money for his recovery.
That's right. It's being held at Swonder Ice Arena. The doors will open tomorrow night at 6, and the puck drop is at 7. This is just one of the many fundraisers and benefits that people all across the tri-state have been doing for Officer Taylor. Of course, he posted that update not long ago on his Facebook that he's recovering and he's in good spirits. So I love seeing the community come back and help out a tri-state hero.
So true. And he mentioned in that he was so grateful for all of the community support. So it's nice to see that that's still going. That people are still doing what they can for him. Really terrific thing. Well, for our final headline today, a story not just for our own Jamie French, but all country music fans. Ford Center officials say multi-platinum country music star Parker McCollum is set to perform in Evansville next year.
Oh, yeah. McCollum has announced some dates for the second leg of his 2026 tour. He is set to perform at the Ford Center on Friday, September 19th of 2026. Now, the tickets will go on sale next Friday, November 21st, and they'll be available at both the Ford Center ticket office and you can get them on Ticketmaster. I'm a huge country music fan and a big Parker fan, so I put that in the show for my own personal benefit.
See, that little banter, that was a gamble on my part, because what if that's like the one you don't like, and I just sold you out to everybody?
There's no country music artist that I don't like. I like it all, but I love him.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Selfishly, I put it in the show for me. So.
Oh, awesome. And I requested whooping cough. So, it works out.
Perfect.
Not really, you animals. All right, well, we've got a lot more going on around the tri-state today, so be sure to come back for 14 News at 4, 5, and 6, and then, of course, later tonight at 10.
All right, thanks for watching.